I want you to watch this video more careful. Have listened to what Americans are saying again. I'll see you after then for more analytics.
America's recent warning to its citizens in South Africa is rather shocking. That's the reaction from International Relations and Cooperation Minister Dr. Naledi Pandor. The U.S. warned its citizens here to stockpile on food as well as other essentials amid the ongoing power crisis. However, Minister Pandor says the U.S. never warns its citizens back home when their states experience similar power issues.
I found it rather surprising and odd. I don't recall such alerts being issued when California had similar blackouts and outages to South Africa. So I found it a rather odd warning, but there have been many of these surprise warnings and none of what is warned about has come to fruition.
Well, guys, these are the same people who came here last year saying that there is a terror attack in Sandton in Johannesburg. These are the same people as we're talking with you right now. There's a debate inside the court because they decided to take the Home Affairs Department and the ministry inside the court because they refused to allow for them to bring some foreigners in the country. Now they have to come with this one. The question to ask yourself is to know, what is American up to? Because in our previous video, we talked to you, we tried to show you some of the things or ideas or plans that Americans are trying to execute in South Africa. And now that you have watched this video, I believe now it makes even more sense for you to understand that what we had said in our previous video, it was really making sense. Because these people, first of all, what they did last year in 2022, it was something that it was even more surprise than this one. Okay, because I get to tell you that it does not make sense when you are visiting someone, you as a guest, you notice that there's something fishy going on or there is something which is about to happen. And instead of you trying to alert the owner of the house, letting them to know that something's about to happen in your house, you don't do so. You decide to jump outside and go on the street and start shouting, telling everyone around that no, there is a Toti who's about to do this and that in that house. That does not really make sense for a country that's supposed to be in the partnership with. And that's what these Americans did last year. They stand up on their own and telling people of South Africa that there is a terror attack which is being planned in Sandton. While South Africa have a government, we have a secret service, we have all the right places that these people are supposed to bring this news. And even though they did so, they went straight in the media and speak about what it was about to happen. On our side, we did not see anything, isn't it? We noted that, we put it aside. This year, you guys, you also, in the video that I did play for you, how Minister Aaron had to explain on what Americans they are trying to do by bringing some Afghanistan's immigrants inside the country. And the reason that they're trying to advance why they have to bring this Afghanistan inside the country is because when Americans, they were in the Afghan, they were having some Afghanistans who were busy helping them in secret. And now that they decided to leave Afghanistan, they were feeling pity about these people who were busy helping them. So they decided to take them back with them in America, which they did not do. Instead, they decided to take these people to leave all the country in the world, Europe, NATO, all these places that these people could have gone. They decided to bring them in South Africa. And when they brought them here, one of the reasons they bring that really surprised me personally, they said that these people, they were in Pakistan. They were immigrated over there, and some Taliban decided to go over there and attack them. And I asked myself a very similar question to the one of a Minister of Home Affairs, Aaron, like, how possible is it that these people, they were in other foreigner country and they were attacked by these so-called Taliban? Now you deciding to bring them in South Africa. For what reason? Why can't you take them to your country where they're supposed to be going? Why do you have to bring them in South Africa? So which means you are trying to put South Africa to mingle in within your problems between you and this Taliban. The mess that you have created in Afghanistan, which South Africa don't have nothing to do with it. It is something that you deciding today to get involved with South Africa, so that when South Africa will welcome these immigrants, so-called immigrants, which I myself, on my point of view, I still have a lot of doubt of it, because I don't believe in these people. Americans, they have many ways that they like to play their games in order for them to remain on top. So there is no way that you come and tell me that these people, they are just immigrants and they need this and they need that. Because Americans can even play a role of being a fool just in order for them to achieve something. And these people, we don't have any guarantee showing that they are the true refugees as they are trying to claim them. These people could be the real terrorists. These people could be mercenaries. These people could be any danger for this country. So therefore, Americans decided to leave all the countries in the world, decided to leave even NATO countries, and the dumping site which they feel that it was very good for them to bring these people was South Africa. And that does not make sense. Yes, it does not make sense, because we must be very stupid for us not to understand what is up to come, what's about to happen. Because these same people, they were destined to go to America. And that did not happen. Though these people, they were attacked in other country. American, they should have taken them to America, to the USA, I mean to say. But they did not do so. Do you know why? Because they are afraid of these people, so-called Taliban. And also because they know already that they can't afford other trouble inside their country. So now they're choosing to bring some instability in South Africa. And today now, they're having the courage to call upon all the USA citizens and telling them about all these things that I just played for you in the video. And I love and appreciate the answer of Minister who had to put them on the place and try to remind them of what had also took place in America. Some of the crises have them done so. Nope. Yet they're having that courage to do it only with South Africa. Now the question remains to answer is, why Americans are doing all this? Well, it's for the very simple questions. I mean, a simple way of understanding the matter. It's been for some times now that the war has been taking place in the Ukraine. And South Africa seemed to be among the countries that are supporting Russia. Therefore, since this war is not all about Russia and Ukraine or whatsoever, instead, it is something which we all know that Americans, they've been trying to fight Russia for so long, because they always see Russia as they always see Russia as their rival. Therefore, they've been trying, obviously, to involve Ukraine within NATO, so that they will be able to control all the movement of Russia. On the other side, Russia did not want this to take place. Russia did not want that. Instead, Russia did not even provoke anyone, but they simply try to make everyone understand that you can do whatever you want to do, but don't cross the line. Stay in your border, do your affairs there. No one is going to come and disturb you. Now that Americans, they managed to get the approval, or they managed to get Ukraine as a middle field where they will have to go in the battle or fight. They've been doing so for some times now. And around the world, countries are divided. Some they are supporting Russia, some they don't support Russia. Now, Americans was counting a lot on South Africa. And counting on South Africa because they know that they've been a partner, they've been in partnership with South Africa for so many years, and they've been doing the trading and a lot of things, when it comes to the economy, business. So they knew that, okay, we know that South Africa have a very big influence on country, in the African continent, and therefore, if we manage to get South Africa, then things will be even more easy for us. Well, I'm just trying to relate to the short story so that you get to understand why Americans are doing all this. Now, for the fact that South Africa, we keep on refusing to support Americans with NATO or with United Nations decisions when regarding to the Russia administrative and all the activities that has been going on in the Ukraine, that did not seem to occur with Americans. So they end up understanding that, okay, we need to do something in return. We need to bring some instability in South Africa, so that we'll be able to control them, because they end up realizing that we thought we were the master when it comes to influence South Africa politics and politicians. But it seemed like we are not controlling everyone in the majority. So therefore, we need to find something that we can use against them, so that whatsoever we can decide to do, then them also, they have to agree with us. A very easy example I'm going to give to you. See what is happening in Ukraine? There is something much more worse than that is happening in the east of Republic of Congo. And this has been happening for more than 20 decades. Now, these same Americans who are trying to stand together with the Ukrainians, they have not done the same thing that they're doing in Ukraine, in the DRC. Do you know why? Because they have their own interest that they're benefiting in all this. If they all have to stop in the DRC, then Apple and other electronic devices, they're not going to be able to be receiving more mineral in order for them to develop their technologies. Now, these same people, they're trying to ignore what is happening in the DRC, yet they are getting involved in other people's business. And this should have been a lesson to the people of DRC, especially the DRC government, to not even support whatsoever is happening in the United Nations whenever they are being asked to vote in favor or not. But just because they have managed to put the DRC politics on their knees with all the politicians, the DRC government, they're still voting in favor of Americans, regardless of everything that I just tell you here. So that is what these same people of Americans, they want to do again in South Africa. So they want to have something that they'll hold against us, so that we'll always get to accept whatsoever they have to say. People, you need to open your eyes before it's too late. Is this what this country deserves? I don't think so, because there's a lot already that's been happening. Recently, you guys get to see how we are being announced, we are being great listed already. Do you know who are behind all this? Obviously are the same people, Americans, who have to go and give the report, because they can influence, they can buy, they do those big lobbyings in order for them to make sure that they crap you. So that you don't move, you don't do much about it. And today they're busy making this kind of campaign just because of something which is more similar, something that can happen everywhere. The power shortage or the economic crisis is something that happened everywhere around the world. Why are they making it big problem if like it never happened in America? Obviously because they want to control South Africa. So it is up to you to take it or not. It's up to you to allow them to go ahead and control you or not. But as for me, angeke, that's not gonna happen. Thank you so much for watching this video. I'll see you again in our next video. But for now, continue to be good, be kind, have respect for everyone in order for you to be respected. May God bless you all. I'll see you again very soon. Ciao, ciao.